Hey there, Realtor.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good morning. It's Friday Eve.
Friday Eve, I do suppose so. Whenever I think Eve, I always think it's just like...
Christmas.
Well, yeah, that would be one time. But I always think it's just later in the day. Like, I always think Eve is like
At
evening
night.
and it has to be at night.
I think it's probably what that means.
I don't know if it's just the day before. Chat in now and you can tell me, is Eve if it's the whole day before? Or is it just the evening of the day before?
Okay.
I don't know what the actual definition of that is.
I'm not
It'd
sure,
be good to know.
It kind of makes logical sense.
Thanks for joining us today on TNT on Tuesday for on Thursday for episode number 614.
614.
I'm sure you're keeping track at home, making sure you write down your favorite episodes. Today we're going to talk about 3 different topics today. First one is going to be CCAR. They have a building construction meeting, and that's coming up soon, and we need your assistance.
Yes, we do.
So we'll talk about that and what that
Exciting.
means for you. Then we're going to talk about Bloomingdale's becoming Bloomies. And how you as a realtor, should you become Bloomies? I don't know. We'll talk about that and see what you could do.
Anyway.
You don't want to be Bloomies? Okay. Topic number 3 is going to be there's a document, relationship with residential service companies and best practices related to that.
Yep.
So we'll talk about that document there. Make sure we thoroughly discuss it so you can review it.
Yep.
And then we'll have a real estate word of the day, the examination of title. Okay. That is Shana. She's a luxury real estate broker.
And this is Mike. And you know what? He has this on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
That is really good.
Awesome.
I love roll call.
Yes. Roll call. Are you here? Let us know. It counts. Your attendance counts. So thank you all for joining us this morning. And I guess we're ready to get started. What do you think?
I do feel pretty good about that. Stacy answers what Eve is the evening or the day before a special day. Or the period of time immediately preceding. So it has 3 definitions. It could be a whole day. It could be the evening before or the time directly before.
So the day after?
No, the time directly preceding.
Yeah.
The period preceding before. Immediately preceding.
Preceding.
Yes. All right. So there we go. We were both kind of correct. Do it. Do it. Hey, CCAR. They're building a new building.
Yes.
And they have a meeting coming up. That is Shana Acquisto. She's a luxury real estate broker. She happens to know what's going on over there at CCAR. My name's Mike. I'm just hanging out talking about this topic. And there's a vote coming up, and they need your attendance. Shana, let's discuss this.
CCAR is going to be building, well, we're hopeful to be building a new facility. And this is going to be a state-of-the-art education and event facility, and it's going to be awesome. They have been trying to do something like this for many years. We've pretty much outgrown the building that they're in right now.
Yep.
So after many years of going back and forth, we have land, which is directly behind the CCAR building now. We've gone through all of the city requirements. We've chosen an architect. We've chosen a builder. And now we've put it all together. But before we can move any further, there has to be a vote from the membership, the general membership. Okay?
Sounds
so
good.
we have to have a large percentage of our membership attend this meeting and stay on it the whole time. There's requirements, and vote yes in order for us to move forward. So this is really important. And you guys, who wouldn't want a state-of-the-art education center? I think that is really something that we need, right? This place is going to be awesome. There's also going to be rooms where if you want to bring a client and you want to have a meeting there, you can do that. There's going to be all kinds of awesomeness there.
So you're putting together a WeWork. I like it.
Yeah.
Do I get Wi-Fi there?
Absolutely. There's absolutely Wi-Fi there.
Sounds great.
So it's going to be really cool. We can have events there, have client meetings there, and it's going to be really cool. So.
All right. Is there... I hate when I ask a question I don't actually know the answer to, so I'm sorry about that in advance. Is there a conference room that I could borrow if I had a small group?
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Is there video recording equipment that I could use?
Yep.
Wow. Hey, you guys nailed it.
Yes.
All right. That sounds good to me.
Pretty cool.
How about we share the link?
Yes. So there's even another perk to this.
Another perk?
So
Let's split
CCAR,
the screen, Omkar.
if you register and attend this special meeting, you will be registered to win $1,000. So CCAR is going to give away $1,000 for anyone who registers and attends this meeting. So, there's only so many participants that's going to be allowed on this meeting. So I would get your registration done ASAP and, be registered to win the $1,000. Who wouldn't want $1,000?
Sounds really good to me.
So register in advance. There's rules here to participate. So you can't just log on and then just walk away. You have to be present. So it's almost like a Trek education class. Okay, so you have to log on. You have to be visible. You have to have your camera on, and you'll see there are some. You can't be driving in your car. Any of those things. It's like you're in a classroom environment. So please, it's going to be 1 hour.
And you'd like people to vote yes.
Absolutely.
However,
yes.
If you want to vote no, you can also be on.
You can vote no.
You know what I mean? So be informed.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I always think is most important, is not to listen to somebody that just says this is what you should do, but rather be a free thinker.
Yeah, you can.
And consider what the options are and then give comments. So this is your opportunity as a member to participate. They're going forward and doing a project. And if you want to give insight as a member, then you can.
Now, I'd be thinking about this in advance. I am on the building committee, so if you do have some questions that maybe I could answer in advance, great. And, we can talk about it. And if I can't answer them, then I'll encourage you to chat them in during the meeting.
And a good time to ask those questions might be during your agent one-on-one times that you already have set up in advance. So those are set up for Wednesday at 11 a.m. So Wednesday at 11 is a great time. If you have any questions about the building, ask Shana, schedule a meeting, and she'll thoroughly go over everything at that time with you.
But let's talk about, July 22nd at 10 a.m. is the meeting. So mark your calendars now and be free from 10 to 11 on July 22nd. I sent an email out to everybody yesterday, and some of you already, actually immediately responded back and said you have registered. So thank you for that.
That's really nice.
This is really important for our membership to get involved and have these, this facility. I think it's really going to help all of us.
You guys have been working on that for a long time, and it has been a long time coming.
It's way overdue.
Your membership has grown dramatically, and you far outgrew the different facility or the facility you were currently in. I think you made a great choice. They looked at a lot of other options on where to go. And I think this location was a good one, just from the outside looking in.
From a budget standpoint, from location, all of it. A lot of thought and planning has gone into this for months and months.
And you've been meeting with different builders, different options, and you guys went with an affordable option, but yet you should have a quality product.
It's going to be a quality product.
Congratulations.
So it's going to be cool. And if you're out and you're in between appointments and you're it's 100 degrees out or it's freezing and you just want to pop in CCAR and chill, you can do that. They're going to have a nice beverage bar, a coffee bar that you can hop in and just kind of get some work done. They're going to have computers. It's going to be really great for us. So.
Okay. Sounds like it should be.
So please register. Register, and maybe you will be the lucky one that wins $1,000.
Would you like to be copied or told that they register?
I will know.
You'll know. All right. Very good.
So you can, and I appreciate that, but I will know who registers.
All right. Hit the
Kind of
bell,
have
Lynn.
insider info.
Bloomingdale's. They're becoming Bloomies.
Do we have a Bloomingdale's here in Dallas?
I'm not positive, but they're changing up their strategy just a little bit. And in business, sometimes this happens. Sometimes you have to take your name and you have to shorten it. Sometimes you have to modify your plans. Sometimes a good pandemic will do that to you.
Yep.
Sometimes you need to become more hip. Sometimes you need a little bit less space. Sometimes retail changes. and you need to become more of, a retail place and a showroom and sell more things online.
Yeah.
So there's different trends all over. And that's exactly what Bloomingdale's is doing with opening up this new concept of Bloomies. I don't know that I like the name.
I just think bloomers.
Hey,
I don't know.
It is what it is. This is Shana Acquisto. She's a luxury real estate broker, and we're going to discuss that topic right now.
Let's do it.
We have a link, and we're going to share an article here on what's going on. So Bloomingdale's is getting ready to open up their first ever Bloomies store. The link is going to be provided to you guys, and we're taking a look here. So what they're doing is they're opening up a 22,000 square foot place. It's much, much smaller than the typical location, which is almost 200,000 square feet. So it's 1/10 of the size. So maybe it's convenience store size, so to speak, of what their normal place would be. Right? Yep. So let's go ahead and scroll through this article and let's take a look. It's something that Macy's is considering as well, and you just take a look at it, and it's not just a nickname anymore. They're changing up their style. They're changing up what they're doing.
I think you're going to see this roll out in a lot of retail.
All right. Well, let's scroll through. They're showing us the concept here of what it kind of looks like and what they're going after. They're showing off little kiosk type things with more examples, more styles, more colors, more options where you can get whatever you want, where you could walk in and see. Maybe you could touch the fabric. Maybe you could pick the exact color, and then they'll order it and ship it to you. So these are all things that are available to you, right? So this is a neat and unique concept to me. I looked at it, and I think that it makes sense for them. So you're thinking about, how does this have anything to do with real estate? As am I right now. So what I want to do is look at it and understand that there's different trends that go on.
Yeah.
They're obviously a retailer, right? And retail typically does use a lot of space. But there's shifts in paradigms that go on all throughout the market. So maybe we'll switch back over here and we'll talk about how this is a real estate topic. And then we'll talk about what you as an agent should kind of know about it. Yeah. Okay? So from a commercial real estate perspective, if we took a look at this, and you're not in commercial, you're in residential, but there's going to be a direct parallel. Okay? And I'm glad I came up with that. So if we look at it, we have a 200,000 square foot place that used to be. Now we have a new place that's going to be opening up only 20,000 square foot. So it's 1/10 the size. Okay? But they're transacting business in a totally different way. So if we're looking at how they're using retail, they may have had a bunch of space and went all the way up and had multiple floors or been extremely sprawling depending on where the location was. Now they have this small place that they're going to pay a lot more in rent for. They're probably going to get a premium location and pay more in rent per square foot and be more dense. But they are also, to fulfill this, are going to need a whole back end. Okay? So their system is going to change dramatically. They're going to have a warehouse now that they have to open up. So for every single one of these, they're going to be warehouse space related to it. Their whole hiring practice is dramatically going to change. So you're going to have more of a service person right at the counter, taking care of the person that's more knowledgeable, right? So you can't just have a person that says like, hey, go try this on, because they're going to now have to know how it fits, what the colors are, what the materials are, what the fabric, like what it is. Just like you as an agent. As these things are changing, you're going to have to become more knowledgeable.
Yes.
Do you want to be the person that just opens up the door, like the person who just says, where's the changing room? And they just simply give you a key and let you in? Or are you going to be much more knowledgeable and be the person that can say, here's the fabric, here's what it's made of, here's how it feels, here's how it looks, let's take a look, here's the delivery times, here's how we can get it made. You know, something else. Maybe it's not just your standard size, but maybe you need a petite because you're a little shorter. Maybe you need a tall because your torso is a little bit longer, one of those things. And we can find the right to fit you. Okay? In the same way as a real estate agent, the more knowledgeable you become, and the better you are and the higher level of service you offer, you're kind of doing the same exact thing here as Bloomingdale's is with Bloomies. But then realize on the backside, there's a whole bunch of stuff that has to go on. So there's a ton of logistics. There's warehouse space. There's truck drivers. There's going to be an online website that has to take place. extremely similar to our company here with real estate.
Yep.
So you need a whole support division to be able to pull this off, right? So our support family is really, really similar to the whole back end of what this would be. So they have the website that's going to be made easy. They have technology that goes into it to fulfill the orders and to bill it and to take care of that. They have marketing, right, to show it off, to give you different experiences, to let you understand it. And all of these things go into it the same exact way that we here at Acquisto Real Estate have a support family. So there's a direct parallel between what they are doing and what we are doing. Now, you can argue that you don't like the name, but that concept is going to happen.
Agree.
Right? And you as an agent do need to become more knowledgeable, and you have to offer that level of service, similar to Bloomies. So that's the challenge that I bring to you, is to become Bloomies.
Yep.
And see what's going on in the market.
You have to add value.
Don't just be the person that hands the key to the changing room. Next time you're looking around and you want to try something on, right? And you're out shopping, consider who that person is and think to yourself, the next time you ask for a changing room, think about that person. Is that person maybe just a local guide like Zillow wants to try to make everybody? Or are they an expert and a realtor and an agent that cares and it matters to them? Maybe similar to you. So let's just understand that and see that parallel all over the place.
And think about great service, right? If you go and you try on and that person is goes above and beyond, you remember that. Think back of all the great service that you get and the not so great service that you get.
And then think about the pricing at Bloomingdale's. I don't actually know. I don't shop at Bloomingdale's.
But it's known as an upscale.
It is. So it's upscale.
Higher end retail shop. So
good. Yeah. That's how you would like to be known as well.
For sure.
All right.
That was really good how you tied that in.
You like that?
There you go.
There you go.
Ready?
All right. Topic closed. Relationship with residential service companies and the best practices related to it. There's a document for this.
Yes.
We're going to share that off here in just a second. We're going to get the screen ready and we're going to share it. But that is Shana Acquisto. She's a luxury real estate broker, and she's going to describe this agreement and what it means and how you have to disclose it.
Yes. So there's been some questions on this document. We've been seeing them recently. They've been around forever and ever. But I think we're going to take a minute and pay extra attention to this so you guys understand what it is. So you may see these come over when you may have a listing, you're the listing agent, and your buyer sends over the contract, and this is added in there. And you're like, well, that's not one of our documents. Well,
no, it's not.
It is not. But it is required by that person because they're receiving compensation from a company, a residential home warranty, basically, company.
Okay.
They call them residential, service companies. But so when you see this, what this means, there's going to be four boxes there. So on the left here, you see that other broker agent receives compensation from the following residential service company. So if someone is receiving compensation from one of these companies, they have to not only disclose it, they have to tell what service they are providing. So you see there's two boxes. Either they do receive compensation or they don't. So if you read this, you'll see that it'll come over and they've checked the buyer's agent, the broker's agent. And if you're the listing agent, you're going to be on the right side and you can say if you receive compensation or not. If you don't, just check it. It's totally fine. But it's something that has to be acknowledged, okay, by the buyer and the seller. They have to be notified of this. So all the residential home warranty companies are, they have to be registered or licensed with TREC, right? So they fall under the TREC umbrella. So, they have a lot of guidelines and things that they have to follow as well.
Yep. So if we come back over here and have a quick discussion about this and how you fill it out, we receive no compensation.
No.
So we decline that at each turn, and I think that really says a lot.
We get this
right?
Solicitation a lot that, hey, we can provide this, we can provide that for you. And actually we'll pay you for it. And years ago, there were many companies that would do that. Not only home warranty, but I think it was Verizon for security, ADT. Different people would offer you compensation if you would give them something. So let's talk about that for a minute. What is that something that they're getting? What's probably the most valuable thing that someone could get right now?
Well,
is your data.
Yeah,
right?
Data is super important. So
if you noticed on that form, it said what services they're providing. Home data collection form. Education and marketing.
Okay. So it's more marketing and more data collection, and sometimes they'll receive direct compensation. So here we made a decision quite a long time ago that we accept none of that. We don't want to be bought for some minor amount.
No.
So they're receiving like $25 or $50 worth of value on a transaction. And to me, simply not worth it. It's definitely not worth the record keeping. It's definitely not worth compromising your client's data. Imagine that. You go through a transaction, you help a family buy a nice $750,000 home, and you receive $25. Yeah. And you forfeit all of their data, and you give it
sell
up
out for $25.
What? Why in the world would you ever do that? Does that feel good to you? Would you want your personal data sold? Would you want it shared? Would you want it put all over the place for no good reason?
And that's why it has to be disclosed.
So they're disclosing that because it's stupid.
CYA.
And frankly, if anyone out there is doing it, I think it's ridiculous. Why would you possibly take and monetize your client and sell them out for $25? So if you're one of the companies and you fill this form out and you check yes, you're on notice that I'm like, that's dumb. Just flat out dumb and not right to do to your client. And if you're doing it, just know that, right? That's how I feel. And I mean, really just think about it. You're going to sell your client for that small sum of money.
What do we stand for, right? And data is being sold all the time, and our privacy is being compromised. And it's just, we're not giving into that.
So I'd like a list of all the people that sell data, and I want to put a list together. So anytime one of these forms comes across, Stacy, let me know. And we're going to put a list together of all the people that sell data, and I'm going to publish it and say that you're on my list. Just the same way that I have a Cheney unit with Jeff Cheney, and he's putting all these luxury apartments around, and then in 20 years they're going to look super bad. I want to put a list out of people that are actually going out there and actively selling clients' data. I think it's a big point. You talk about all these different firms out there and what they stand for, and I'll tell you what we stand for. We stand for privacy. We stand for you as an agent working hard and doing the right thing for your client, and to make sure that your client has a great experience, and we stand up for them at each turn, not selling them out for a couple of bucks or providing their data to somebody else for no good reason.
Right. Yeah.
Not acceptable. You're on notice. Let's get a list together. Who's on board? All right. Anyways, sometimes it matters what you do, what you stand for.
You know it
who
does.
You are.
And, you know, we truly believe in this industry. We truly believe in the agents that, you know, are part of our family, and we try to do the right thing every day. Sometimes we get challenged and it's difficult, but this is a no-brainer.
Yeah. So we check no.
Yeah. So going back to it, it's okay. You're not obligating your client to anything. And actually, if you get something like that, read it, because it's very self-explanatory. Do you receive compensation too? Nope. Check that. And that's a great opportunity to have a conversation with your client that you're having to sign, you know, that's signing it, to say, hey, this is kind of what's going on here. We don't do that as a company, and it's another value add. I think they would respect that.
No, they totally will. No one's like, sell my data. A lot of people sign things
and they don't understand what it is, and they're relying on you as the agent to explain to them what it is. So explain it. And if you have any questions on that, we'll talk about it. But
and it doesn't say where it even goes, but they're selling your data out for pricing, for all these different things, for people to sell you vacations, for people to send you over things on like, go look at this place and get a pair of golf clubs, to go look at this condo, or look at this MLM scam, or just so many things, and it's just not acceptable. I'm going to need to calm down here, Shana.
Okay.
Getting way too excited.
There we go.
Today's real estate word of the day is examination of title. That's Shana Acquisto. She's going to read and define what the word is.
Yep.
Then we're going to quickly discuss it in a sentence and use it for you. Shana, go ahead.
Examination of title. The report on the title of a property from the public records or an abstract of the title.
Very good. And using it in a sentence would be, my favorite title company is Republic Title, and I trust that when they examine the title, they do it correctly.
Yes, they do. And years ago, I think a couple of us that are with us now went on this trip, but we went and toured Republic Title's
facility.
What do they call that?
Thanks to Sherry Groom, their title plant.
The title plant. And we saw them examining and digging and looking and all the, everything that goes into examining the title and researching it. And it was really impressive.
Super impressive, way more than I ever dreamt of.
We were like, wow.
The place just kept going, and my mind was just like,
yeah.
I had no idea there was
Maybe
that
we should
much
set
that went
that up and
into
do
it.
that again. That was
You want to do that again?
That was a good time, yeah.
All right, let's ask Sherry.
Okay.
Well, that's a wrap for us. We discussed a bunch of items. We found out the answer is no, and unfortunately you can't register. You do have to be actually a member at CCAR.
Yes, so Anna brought up a question about the voting for the new facility, right? The special meeting that's coming up is only for realtors. It's not affiliates.
Not me. I can't attend.
Only realtors that are members at CCAR. So.
Thank you. And it looks like Mike Shepard would be there.
Yeah.
That was very good. And what else, Shauna?
That's it.
That's all?
Just clarifying. But thank you, Anna. Anna wanted to vote in support of this.
That's really nice. Thank you,
yes,
Anna. That's awesome.
Sweet.
Anything else you want to cover?
Nope.
No? That's it?
I think we covered it.
So we're out of there?
We're out.
All right. And hey, if anyone is on board with me on that whole data collection thing, let me know. That's important to me, right? Tell me if it's important to you. Are you happy that we stand for certain things, or are you just like, whatever, give me my $25, sell the data? Right? And at the end of the day, the agent doesn't actually get the money anyways. It's going to the broker, and we just don't accept it. We're not bought by anybody. Whether it happens to be for a party, an event, or anything, we're just like, no, we don't accept it. We just pay for the stuff ourselves and do it the right way. It's just ridiculous. If it matters to you, let me know.
In that way.
Yeah. If not, also let me know. Maybe I'm taking a stand on something that doesn't even matter.
Or you're like, everybody does it, so why not?
Yeah, sell the data.
$50 is $50.
There you go. Thank you, guys. See you later. I got way too heated there. No, I didn't.
No, I just think we're passionate about certain things.
Okay.
All right.
So
I suppose so.
Topic one was CCAR building construction.
CCAR meeting.
I'm going to pull this up so they know. Fragile.
Okay. Ready?
Why is that fragile?
I don't know.
I was looking at the link so they could see it.
Okay.
Sorry.
She's going to pull it up on her phone for us.
Put this up, so I'm going to...
Okay. Got it. Why did I use a fragile sticker? I have no idea.
Realtors, how do you become Bloomies?
Bloomies.
How do you become Bloomies?
With a flower?
Do I have a flower? No. I have a eyeglass. I'm going to use a spyglass.
I use that all the time.
I used it once.
But what is that? You're looking closer at...
At you.
Oh, I think it would be that. We still have that flower in there, Bloomy.
No. Ready?
Now.
I don't know why I use that. Hey, you can take the props from me. You can come up with better ones.
Well, I did, and you said no. So
Well, get the flower.
it's too late.
The moment's passed.
Yes.
I actually think it's a really good one. All right, this is going to be a redo. Hey, sometimes I do things and I'm just flat out wrong, you know?
About the third topic, I think your excitement was justified.
You think so?
Justified.
Okay,
Yeah.
What you
good.
say?
Yep.
He said my excitement was justified on the third topic.
Wow.
Perfect. Got it. Thank you. That was way better, Shauna. Dramatically improved. And do we have that actual document? Can you pull it up on your iPad?
Which one?
Whatever that big document is. Yeah, that
The
one.
residential service contract?
Yeah. Shauna's going to pull that up real quick on her iPad, I think. Wow, you get a lot of messages.
Yeah.
I would never be able to keep up.
Now.
Thank you. Oh, I think we got it.
Word of the day was examination of title.
Examination of title. That's our word of the day.
That's the...
That I should use the eyeglass.
Yes.
That was, see, that's even better.
Wow.
Good. All right, that one worked out perfect.
Yeah.
It's weird. I was just, maybe that subliminally was in my mind. All right, I'm gonna hit mute.